The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network. Seven fucking matches.
Yeah, and I felt it.
This definitely wasn't how I fucking remembered this pay-per-view.
No. How do I word this? If you were to tell somebody that WCW has good concepts, but not good finishes, this is a good thing to point at.
Welcome to episode 245 of the Super Media Bros podcast, Spooky Media Bros 2022.
Woo!
I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
And if you thought we weren't doing wrestling on this this edition of Spooky Media Bros, you're dead shit wrong. Obviously, we're getting into WCW Halloween Havoc from 1992, the fourth Halloween Havoc, if I remember right, the fourth annual Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, so how did that work before? Because whenever I went on Peacock to get this up and running, it said like there's 12 of them, and this was like not the fourth one. Or at least I don't think.
Yeah, it was. It was? It counts as, quote, season 4.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, look, it's season 4.
Was there really that many more after this?
Yeah. Yeah, because the first one was in 1989, dude. And you want to hear something fucking great about this? It was at the Civic Center in Philadelphia. Yeah. And if you look really hard, anybody that was a huge fan of ECW from back in the day, like the original ECW, you can see the dude in the Hawaiian shirt and the white hat in the front row. Same fucking seat. That motherfucker was at every fucking ECW show back in the gap.
Dude. Not only was that really cool to see, but I love Bruno Sammartino, dude. You know that. Like, seeing him at this show was crazy.
It gave it some, like, legitimacy or whatever.
Well, not only just that, but it was mildly ironic. Because look at how, like, later on in Stone Cold's career, whenever he became Stone Cold, Sammartino could not stand him because he was such a, like, religious man that he hated the idea of what the Attitude Era was.
Right.
And so it's so funny to see him, like, not call a match, but introduce him and, you know, the other Steve Williams in the room. Because, fun fact for the people listening, Steve Austin's real name is Steve Williams, as is Dr. Death.
I cracked my ass up at that shit because I was like, oh, look at the Williams team.
Yeah, the Steve Williams team.
The Steve squared.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve squared. Fucking opening contest, 6-man tag match. What did they call the guy? Like Z-Man or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, Z-Man.
And Johnny Gunn and Shane fucking Douglas. What a fucking, like, motley crew of bastards going against Michael P.S. Hayes, Bobby Eaton.
Fuck Michael Hayes.
And Arn Anderson.
I like Arn.
I do too. Beautiful Bobby Eaton. Beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, no shit. In this match, you would think, hey, we got Mr. Bad Street USA. Hey, we got fucking Arn Anderson. Hey, we got fucking beautiful Bobby Eaton. Let's put the fucking young guys over. Because remember they were preaching like, oh, we're having this young generation of talent. Yet not even 2 years later, we're going to hire Flair and Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's exactly what WCW needed, was a shot of youth right into the fucking forearm. And that youth being Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair.
Oh, God. And it's so funny because, like, we as fans love that shit. We eat it up, myself included. But, damn, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
You ain't even kidding.
Because, look, WWE, when Goldberg first came out, like, 7 years ago again, I was like, yes! CM Punk comes out for AEW. Yes! guess, but it's still like we literally are celebrating the very thing that we shit on. The double standard is real. I'm so guilty of it. I'm aware of that. God damn it, do I mark out for some of these people?
True. And you know what's crazy? Like, okay, so this match right here, it was just kind of like a fucking weird mixture of people in the ring, like I said earlier. They put the young guys over. Awesome. Cool. 11 minutes. Then you get a match where I didn't expect, like, I didn't remember it. And I was like, okay, fucking Ricky Steamboat and Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Flying Brian Pillman. In a pretty good fucking match.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't quite the bout that I think they could have had.
No, not at all, but for what it was.
It was a throwback match is what I would call it. Because it feel like it was older than what the show was.
It really did. I mean, it was a good example of the youth versus at the time, because you got to remember, everybody, like Steamboat was...
Oh, well, yeah.
Steamboat was one of the greatest to ever do it. Steamboat at this time was kind of that, he didn't peak, but he was there. It was like, at the real top of his career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he still went over in the match against Pillman, but to give him the rub, like, hey, here's this this young fucking guy. Fucking Steamboat could have a great match with anybody.
Dude, if Pillman didn't pass, like, really imagine what that could have been.
I know, it makes me sad. Now, this next match was something that I don't know the storylines going into it. I remember this as a kid, getting sold on the spin the wheel, make the deal thing, which was the big draw for this pay-per-view.
Very cool concept.
Right, and that's the concept we speak of it as they, put this shit out. Like, Halloween Havoc was famous for its gimmick matches.
Yeah.
But this was kind of a weird story. So, Big Van Vader and Nikita Koloff for the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
That's right. And what cracks me the fuck up, Vader was defending this title for Rick.
Yeah, it was something really weird. Because I was trying to read up on it. Because
I think if I remember right, I think in story, it's that Rick was challenging Masahiro Chono for the NWA championship. So he didn't want to wrestle twice in a night. So he got some kind of paper sanction, hey, he's going to defend my belt for me.
Which, I mean, makes sense, but also
that's such a heel. Such a shit heel move, dude.
It is. I need to keep that in mind. You're right. Because at first I was like, what? But now, yeah, all right. But it is because I was researching this event because 1992, I was looking at the ring and the crowd and everything. And I was looking at the roster and I was like, this is a transitional period. So let me do a little bit of research.
Yes.
I don't think Bischoff was even in charge at this point. I don't even, was he even contracted?
I want to say this was pre Bischoff period. To me, this was old business before he showed up, dude. Bischoff, to me, I think came around 93, 94.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, this match was really fucking good. There's a couple times I was watching where Nikita goes to give Vader a suplex, a vertical, and you could tell Vader was trying to sandbag him. And so fucking Nikita just strong-armed him up as best as he could and just dropped him right on his fucking head. And you just heard him just in the fucking ring. And that big bastard was just he fucking rolled over.
Imagine if it was outside the ring where there was no padding. I saw them fucking floors. I said, oh no.
Dude, old school fans will remember this. So I had to point out to Puck that they used to disqualify you if you threw your opponent over the top rope. And that was the reason why. There was no fucking padding on the outside of the goddamn ring. Yeah, that was a really short-lived rule through the early 90s, right when they transitioned to WCW. And I want to say at one point they even had you can't do a move off the top rope. That was even a thing.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember hearing that at one point. Yeah. I don't remember where I read it, but yeah.
Yeah, because it was stupid. Because at one point during one of the matches that comes into play, and we'll get to it, but Vader goes over in this match, and it was a very well contested match.
It was, dude. Fucking Vader, man.
Vader was probably one of, if not the best big man in this business, next to Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah.
I would love to have seen those two like in their fucking prime.
It might be my age talking, but I would put Vader above him. Just a hair.
Well, okay, in terms of powerhouse, Vader all the way. Vader was just a fucking freak of nature as far as like his strength, but Bigelow was one of the most agile big dudes. Like you could see that man doing fucking like tucking barrel rolls in the goddamn, and he was quick.
That's the thing.
He's scary quick.
I think the thing is, whenever I think of Vader, I think of just a massive hunk of meat all of a sudden doing a fucking moonsault out of nowhere. and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, like it's like this man cannot possibly get any more dangerous. Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, like I'm like, it flies.
He fucking lands on you.
Dog, I swear to fuck. So like, but that's my generational mind. Like,
yeah,
you can't go wrong with either one.
No. Moving on to the NWA and WCW Unified World Tag Team Championships. This match was pretty fucking solid from bell to bell. It does go to a 30-minute time limit draw. Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes, the Natural, against Steve Squared or the Williams Brothers or Stunning Steve Austin and Steve Dr. Death Williams.
I don't know what's weirder, seeing Steve Austin walk around with hair, with purple on his trunks, seeing Steve Austin without a beard, or seeing Steve Austin cut a promo where he's trying to sound like he's from LA.
I know. This was like pre-Hollywood Blondes, I think. Was this pre-Hollywood Blondes or like right around the time?
It's probably right around, but you could tell that there was somebody in the back being like, hey, that Texan shit, knock it off.
Yeah, you're billed from California. Now act like you're from California. And he always would keep his shit like short and sweet, but there's no fucking hiding that accent, dude.
No, dude.
My man's was probably already like 6 beers deep. Like I swear to God, he was already training to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, dude, and here's another weird one. Seeing Steve Austin technically wrestle.
Right. That's another thing that really like blows my mind. Think about if he never got hurt.
This is going to sound weird and morbid for his career. It's probably a good thing that he did. Because if he wrestled like this, obviously he would have made some changes, but I feel like his ground and pound nature
it fit that character, didn't it?
Yeah. I can't see Stone Cold Steve Austin doing a rolling knee bar or some bullshit.
True. I get that. However, I can see Stone Cold Steve Austin be the technical guy that's going to tear you apart limb from limb.
Yeah.
Like, in a way. Like, it's not the beer swilling, like, wild redneck character that we've known to love. Think about when he transitioned from Ringmaster to Stone Cold Steve Austin before the glass break and before that music.
Okay.
The serial killer kind of, like, thing that he was going for originally.
Okay. Yeah, that would have worked. I'm just thinking of it, like, as the glass breaking Stone Cold.
A lot of people tend to forget the pre-glass break Stone Cold, and I enjoyed that version of him when he was still like the King of the Ring tournament. I mean, that's a prime example.
Absolutely.
It still makes me fucking laugh, like when he was really fine-tuning that character. Like, none of that shit would have worked here. Like, in this match, which was actually really fucking great.
Yes.
Wyndham and Rhodes are two of the best that have ever been in the fucking ring. Steve Williams is a goddamn legend, and we all know Steve Austin and what he became. Is it weird to think, from this pay-per-view, of all the wrestlers, two of the biggest ones still had matches in 2022?
Oh my God.
I mean, Dustin obviously has matches, but Steve Austin and Sting in the year 2022, 30 years after this pay-per-view.
Dude, 3 out of the... God damn.
Yeah. Shit's wild, ain't it? But yeah, so a 30-minute draw in a great match. Probably the match of the night.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It took me some warming up to that one false finish.
Yeah, that was the only complaint I think that I did have about it.
Yeah, like, I've warmed up mildly to it, you know, but I'm still like, only because like I do watch quote unquote real sports, and referee turnovers happen all the time, you know, I get it. But whenever you go into professional wrestling, I feel like there's an expectation there where it's like, that's not really a spot that you do. It felt a little hokey, like, but then I also think, all right, it's 1992. You're coming right off of the golden age of the 80s. I guess I can roll with it, whatever.
Right.
I would have cut it out, though.
True. I think otherwise it was a really great match, and I think it would have been near perfect had it not had that.
Yes.
Now, I guess the same might be said for this match. Okay, so the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, and it's got Harley Race and Kensuke Sasaki as the special guest referees. It's Rick Rude with Medusa. I fucking love Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
With Masahiro Chono as his opponent, who is the champion at this time, with Hiro Matsuda. And this was a 22-minute match. And it ended in a disqualification that saw Rick Rude pick the win up here. And this was a weird kind of finish, too. Because you get this great match between these motherfuckers. Then you get like this whole schmoz thing where the refs are kind of distracted. Chono throws Rick Rude over the top rope and just bowling pins every fucker at ringside. It's just, you know, it's a classic, like, go fuck yourself. Just his ass, just motherfucker, just right over the fucking top rope. And the fact that Harley Race just ate shit. Then Sasaki gets in the ring and counts 3, where Rude has been pinned. But Harley Race gets in the ring and he's like, fuck you, man. Like, your dude threw my guy over the top rope. That is a fucking DQ. And he just fucking just calls it as he sees it, and it's a disqualification. I don't know if this finish would have, like, I don't know. Maybe this finish would happen in 2022? Maybe?
Like I said earlier, WCW was never big with its finishes. And I don't know why that is. It just wasn't their creative, like...
It wasn't their strong point, honestly.
No.
And I think that's kind of fucking crazy because, like, we keep pointing this out, like, the concepts are good.
Yes.
And it's like the execution, it gets to, like, 3/4 of the way through, and then it just kind of flops right at the end, which, dude, like, we're definitely going to get... I promise, the pinnacle of what we're talking about is definitely coming after this match. Ron Simmons and the Barbarian with Cactus Jack for the WCW Heavyweight Championship. Now, this is Ron Simmons' initial reign with this championship.
I fucking love Ron.
I fucking do too, man.
I met him at a Comic-Con one day.
Damn.
Dude, he was just the nicest fucking guy. Just such a sweetheart.
He really does seem like it too. And correct me if I'm wrong, he was the first African-American WCW Heavyweight Champion, right?
And that's where I was going to go with this.
Right.
Not only is that true, but it's ironic, isn't it, that Ron Simmons was the first African-American champion in the Southern promotion.
Right.
And the one that stemmed from WWF all the way up to WWE. You didn't get a, quote, full African-American champion until Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
And what? 2020? 2019, right? Maybe 18, 19, something like that.
It was definitely that time frame because it was pre-lockdown and all that shit.
Yeah, because that was Drew.
Yes. So you had the year of Kingston because it was Kingston and Bryan Danielson at WrestleMania. So yeah, but this was a good match too.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so fucking funny watching the training montage okay, look at the Barbarian. Just look at this guy. Take fucking Mick Foley out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Cactus Jack. Look at the Barbarian. Does he not look like he would just fuck you up anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Ask me what Cactus Jack is doing training this man. Come on, dude. Like, the fact that you got this man bent over with fucking cinder blocks and Cactus is using a sledgehammer before Triple H and smashing the fucking concrete on this dude's back. And you're just like, Cactus Jack. I guess they were trying to show that, like, Barbarian was going to break out a different side of himself. Like, because Cactus was known for pushing the envelope and shit. Yeah. But I love how Cactus has done all this shit. And for people that have never seen Mick Foley's work, they get to this shot where he's out of the ring Barbarian is, and he's just kind of looking and regrouping. And the camera goes up, and they have to stay in character. So I know Mick was like, I gotta see something. You're gonna get back in that ring, and he's so soft-spoken. You're gonna get back in that ring, and you're gonna hurt that man. You're gonna hurt him. He puts it back in, and I'm just like, dude, if nobody has ever seen Cactus's promos before and don't know how he fucking sounds, and that's what they hear first, they don't hear the pig squealing and the fucking yelling and the derangement that comes out of him. They just hear, you're gonna hurt that bad man in the ring. And I'm not making fun of Foley at all. I love Mick. But it was just like, oh my God, imagine being somebody's first fucking watch of this character. And that's what they get. Fuck.
That's the nice guy that you keep saying is a deathmatch king?
Exactly. This man was Santa Claus?
Is this your king?
Is this your king? We don't do that here. My man's in WCW is like, where's the wild Cactus Shack? We don't do that here.
Oh my God. He's an angel though.
I love Mick so fucking much. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back with the main event that you have all been waiting for. Not really, but still. Welcome to Fresh Ball Fall. It's the season of pumpkin spice and making sure that your crotch looks nice. That means sipping cider in a fall breeze and using Manscaped products to trim your balls with ease. Manscaped is a company that's going to make sure that your foliage isn't the only thing shedding its excess leaves. Hell, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. Join the 6 million other men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER. Whether you're brand new or already with us at Manscaped, you could use the crown jewel of care for your family jewels, the Platinum Package 4.0. That's right. With this glorious package, you can align your entire hygiene routine in one swoop. Inside the 10-part Platinum Package is everything that you know and love about the Performance Package, plus some shower goodies included to elevate your grooming game to the Platinum level. The Lawnmower 4.0 Body Trimmer and Weed Whacker Nose and Ear Hair Trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology that protects your delicate spots. Both are waterproof so that you can keep scaping even as the weather changes. In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and the Ultra Premium 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. And don't worry, it's not pumpkin spice. It's a cologne quality fragrance. But we shouldn't save a signature scent just for our pits. Use the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner to make sure that your go-to smell is top shelf and not sweaty balls. Manscaped is even throwing in 2 free gifts to this package. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. They're both made to hold your goodies. Get the Platinum Package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be hits for your dangly bits. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using our code SUPER. Clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine.
Hey, I'm Pantsless Aaron.
This is Stevie.
And I'm Augie.
And we are Because Fuck You, That's Why, the podcast that's all about playing games and having fun. Our games are mostly based on British panel shows or British game shows, but we'll play just about anything that catches our attention and imagination. Our show is all about laughs, so please come by and have a great time. Why?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Are you ready for Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal?
Ready for it to not be what we watched.
Yeah, okay, so I've got to point this out. In the top of the program, they showed this thing, and they were like, hey, we're going to spin the wheel, make the deal. Here are the 12 stipulations that could have happened. Texas Bull Rope, Spinner's Choice, Russian Chain Match, Dog Collar Match, I Quit Match, Barbed Wire, Cage Match, Lumberjacks with belts. That's an interesting concept.
It is.
Prince of Darkness. Had no fucking idea what this would have even been. It just sounded cool.
We still don't know, do we?
No. Texas Death Match. The Coal Miner's Glove Match. And First Blood. What did we fucking get?
Coal miner.
Yeah, we got the Coal Miner's Glove. And it sat on a fucking black and white striped pole in the corner of the ring where they actually were like, you know what? We're not going to make it to where these guys can just climb on the top rope and reach up for it. No. We're going to belt strap with ratchets this pole to this ring post, and we're going to expect Jake and or Sting to like shimmy up this thing.
Like a fucking fireman.
Yeah. To get this legit coal miner's glove, it's just this shit brown leather glove with, I'm putting in quotes, metal around the outside. And they kept going on all night about how Jake had a king cobra and then they had anti-venom in the back ready to go. The fact that they were just like, he's got a poisonous fucking snake. We're not going to ban it, but we're just going to get some fucking anti-venom and hope to God this shit works. Now, in story, obviously, like, that's that, but we all know that's not like a real fucking thing. Like,
don't tell me that.
Still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, I'd like to think that anti-venom is a real thing, whether it's poison, venom to a snake, any of it. Not just wrestling, but movies and literature has given me this idea.
This match went for 10 minutes and 34 seconds. This is literally the second...
Fuck?
This is the second shortest match on this card. The second shortest match, and it's your main event. There's no championship. There's no nothing.
I didn't even process that. What the fuck?
That's because this is post-WWF Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
Alcohol pill Jake Roberts, unfortunately. Sting is another one of those guys that'll make anybody look good with him. And it's sad to say that at this point, he had to make Jake kind of look good. And oh my God, let's just get right to it. So, decent enough match, right?
Yeah.
Coal miner's glove comes into play barely. Like as soon as the glove gets off the pole, and Sting is the one that gets it, while Jake is unbagging the most different looking snake I've ever seen him unbag in the middle of a ring. Now, for the promos for WCW, you remember the actual picture I'm talking about where he had an actual fucking cobra?
Yes.
And that thing was like pissed off, making the face that I took, that Loki makes, my cat, the picture that I took of him where he's like, looks just like it. Except this snake is really small. Well, small enough.
Docile.
Yeah, Jake gets the black glove on, and he takes out the snake, and he's got it his back turned. Sting comes off the corner post with this fucking glove. He turns around and he punches Jake. And the story was supposed to be he punches Jake, and then the snake like launches and latches onto his cheek, and he gets pinned.
How the fuck do they? It's a cool idea.
Sure, but
how the fuck do they expect the snake to just? What made them that confident?
I think they were more or less just like, look, Jake, you got to make this shit work. Because, like, for real, I know they fucking were just like, dude, you got to make this fucking work. Like, there's no way this match can finish in any other fucking fashion. And it's sad watching this man get knocked to the ground. And he's, like, looking at the snake and then putting it up to his face. There's no, like... He's not getting it forced. He's doing it on his own accord. He's worried about that while he's getting pinned. He eventually gets it to bite him. And holy fuck, when the snake bites him, it is kind of funny because he's bleeding pretty good on the face because it's a real bite, but it's a non-venomous snake. There are children in the front fucking row around the ring and the aisle going to the ring, audibly gasping and crying. And all I can think is, this poor fucking snake. And I'm terrified of snakes, dude. But this poor fucking snake, dude, he's just getting fucking goozled. And he's getting, like, Jake's having to sell that he's getting, like, venom in him. And he's, like, walking all fucked up. And Cactus Jack's trying to drag him to the back. Jake's, like, crawling on the ground. He's, like, forearming this fucking snake into the concrete and shit. I'm like, God damn, man. Like, one wrong move and the snake could get, like, killed, or, like, he could slip and lose it, and it just slithers into the crowd. Could you imagine if that fucking snake slithered into that crowd and you just saw them fucking scatter like roaches?
Oh, no.
No, dude. That's... And I love how they just end the pay-per-view. Like, Sting is just kind of, like, shrugging his shoulders like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
And then like they cut back to Jim and Jesse, and they're like, they say something basically about what happened, and then Bruno and Tony say the exact same fucking shit. It's like, okay. And then they do their sign off, and as they're throwing the pyro, which obviously Sting wins, they're throwing the pyro in the air, and it's funny, if you look at the ass-end shot of it where the pyro's going off, you can see that front section of crowd just gone. Like, everybody just fucking filed the fuck out of that arena, and you know that match was the match that sold them into buying a ticket, and that's the bullshit they got.
Fuck. Be better if, like, the rest of the show was, like, God tier.
Right? I mean, like,
they still would have walked out disappointed in the ending.
Sure, but dude, think about the fact that we had the goddamn House of Horrors match, like, not even like a year or two prior to this, where it was the fucking electric chair in the middle of that goddamn cage.
And this was a damn near 3-hour show.
Yeah, dude. The fuck? What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Hey, all I got to say is Halloween Havoc was one of my favorite pay-per-views of WCW just because, first of all, the theme, I love Halloween, obviously.
Yeah.
The designs of the set always would look cool. The spin the wheel deal thing looked fucking amazing with the big buzzsaw and that shit all over it.
It looked really dope.
They always went all out for this fucking pay-per-view, but I feel like Halloween Havoc needed to be the gimmick pay-per-view. It needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Halloween. That's when you can throw your fucking disbelief out the window and just be like, oh, fuck it, I buy it this year. Whatever. You want to fucking electrocute Abdullah the Butcher in an electric chair and buy it? Fuck yeah. Let's do it. But of all these matches, we got the fucking coal miner glove match for the main event. Like, what the hell?
You really would have thought they would have, like, rigged something up?
Right? Like, you know, and it makes me wonder if, like, I mean, I'm assuming they planned for it to be this match.
I don't know. I feel like they really did have various matches, like, mildly detailed.
I would love to know that, honestly. Like, it's not like, oh, we're not doing research on this, but like, to talk about this pay-per-view, you never really hear whether or not that was like the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because what would have happened if they were like, oh, there's no way they're going to land on barbed wire, and then they land on it, they're like, fuck.
Yeah, like, I'm curious, because I can't imagine that they really all sat down and said, yep, this is the match that we gotta do.
Barbed fucking wire.
No, I'm talking about the coal miner.
Oh,
like,
my God.
I can't sit there and think, yeah, that right there, it's fucking money.
That's fire.
Like, no.
Maybe the coal miner glove stipulation facilitated them actually having a match in the ring while still trying to climb for the gimmicked object up there.
I guess, but
I feel like you could have had a regular match like that with any of the other stipulations going on.
Well, not even just that, but it's like, it's Halloween Havoc. What was a Darkness one? You know, like, you would think that they would have rigged it to where it falls on something that could be Halloween themed.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's Halloween Havoc from 1992, goddammit. And I feel like the main event soured and like overshadowed what was a pretty decent undercard.
Yeah, I mean, pretty decent wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna watch WCW, weirdly, I enjoy the WCW stuff from like 1989 to 1994.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really a fan of like the Nitro era. Like I was a WWF guy. I was a WWF guy.
Okay.
So like I didn't go out of my way to watch, and I would catch the repeat if I was awake enough to do it, because I would catch the first hour before Raw, and then I would catch the second hour on the repeat after Raw came on.
Gotcha.
And if I fell asleep before it, I feel like I fell asleep, whatever.
You got to remember, though, like, the guys that they had on Nitro are a lot of my guys.
True. Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, GoodPods, Podchaser. Buy some goddamn merchandise. It's fall, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got them hoodies. Got them hoodies in stock. What you waiting for? don't forget, we've been telling you for the last couple of weeks, don't forget to stream this man's album across from me. For fuck's sake, don't forget to do that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, like seriously. PEGME, all one word, peg me. Dignity Dies in the Darkness. It's on fucking Spotify. It's on Apple. Just go find the shit and stream it and add it to your fucking playlist. Fucking do it. My man's over here is making goddamn moves, son.
I'm trying. I am certainly trying, man. And also, everybody, protect your goddamn head. The Dolphins quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. If you're listening to this, I know you're not, but if you are, love you, brother. Take care of yourself.
That's right. Concussions are no joke, man. You ready to get the fuck out of here?
Yee.
Let's roll. Thank you guys so much. We're going to come back next week with a Cult Cinema Showdown. One for not the ages, but one for the internet age, if you will. It's going to be Fear.com versus D. Snyder's Strangeland. So, yeah, we'll catch you when that one rolls around. Until next time, I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.